for this life, oh, na so palava. I tire for this problem, I tire for life, oh. Guinea, no work, no food, no house, no life. This small water, then they bring na so dirty, they pull am. This small money, I they get na so transport, they chop am. Abba, school low, na headache, hospital, no work, I tire for life, oh. My brother, waiting you they think, oh. My sister, help don't come. SDP, MKO, Dupe, action. MKO, Dupe, SDP, progress. Abiola na the hope, SDP na the party to solve our problem and better our life, oh. MKO, 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 action. Abiola, 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 progress. Now he be the hope for better tomorrow.
MKO Abiola was a special breed from Almighty God sent to this country to do special assignment, because the way he was is just totally different. He had a huge heart, very kind heart, very sincere heart. I'm not saying it's perfect. It's only Almighty God that is perfect. He had his faults, but for normal human being, he was extremely good. He was a good man. He was kind. He was generous. He was humorous. He was humble. At the particular time he was here, June 12 is actually the true democracy of this country. Our forefathers, they started independence and all that, but the expression of true democracy in this country was June 12, 1993. Because that was when the people of this country spoke as one. Before then, they would speak in terms of the ethnic background, in terms of the region, in terms of the belief and all that. But on that day, Nigerians spoke as one. And it was because of one man, MKO Abiola. They decided they're going to speak as one. They believe they can make the change for better for this country. And they spoke as one. They broke all barriers, because MKO Abiola was a devout Muslim. His vice president was also a Muslim. That has never happened before. And the first time a Yoruba man, they believe there is a Yoruba, the leadership will come down. A Yoruba man will be elected to be president. He had a lot of votes in the northern part of this country. He actually had more votes in the territory of his opponent, who came from the northern part of this country. So it wasn't like the region, the section, it doesn't matter. Nigerians spoke as one. And this is why this June 12 is an historic date in this country. June 12, 1993 will forever remain the true democracy, the true democratic date in this country. Nobody can change that. They try to give it another date, they try to give it another name. May 29 doesn't make sense. But June 12th, that is the majority. That's what the people of this country said, and that's what it is. So whatever anybody think is what it is. It is what God has done. And June 12th will forever remain in the history of this country as the true will of the people of this country expressed on that day.
As an individual, I care. I will still be meeting about 50 people in the house tonight, and I will attend to them. That is my life. But I will attend to them more directly, not as a charity, but as a duty.
They're doing so much to forget him. Everything they're doing is to forget about him. To even forget he did so much for the people of this country, he did so much for this democracy. All they're trying to do, they're doing so much to forget the name MKO Abiola, and there's nothing they can do about it. They cannot do anything about it. History has done it already. His name is there, and they like it or not, history has done it. Almighty God has placed him there. So he's the true symbol of democracy of this country. They're doing everything to forget him. Even today, was it today they were saying in the news report that they were saying that, oh, nobody's going to change the name of Unilag or something like that. Whatever it is, they like it or not, his name is there in the history of this country. He laid his life down so that they can have all this democracy that they have now, and everybody that is claiming to be somebody today, they should remember it's because of that sacrifice made by MKO Abiola and a lot of people as well. He made up his mind, and what happened was before that we were having like a dancing chair, like a musical thing, that Babangida will come out and say that he's returning to the civilian rule. He would put them out there, take them all out, in and out. He was doing that. So actually he wasn't real. He was not real that he was going to leave. It wasn't real that the military were going to leave, because what they had was like a musical chair themselves. After you, it's you. After that, after Babangida was supposed to be Abacha and all that, and then the roll call like that. So the military had their own roll call, and Babangida wanted to change it to civilian so that he'll be the civilian president and have everything other in place and remain there perpetually. So the system wasn't conducive for anybody, not even my husband, to come out. But it was Babangida himself that told him that why don't you come out and become the president? If you could do this as a man, as a single person, then you could do more as a leader. So he was one that advised him, and he did ask him if he was going to leave. He said he was going to leave. He swore by the Quran that he was going to leave. So that was why my husband said, okay, maybe it's time. This change, we can now make it. And that is why he came out. And it's true, he's a businessman, very successful businessman, not only in Africa, all over the world. But the problem was what he was seeing at that time, the level of poverty. The things that were happening, the things that were on the ground, because people kept coming to him, for help, for this and for that. And he thought that, if he could do this for so many people, then as a leader, as a president, he could do more for the whole country. And that is why there is no part of this country that MKO Abiola did not touch. It's not possible. Any part of this country. You go to the Igbo land, you go to the Awusas, to the Yorubas, to the Ibira, anywhere you go to, they'll tell you, oh, MKO Abiola, a good man. He did this here, he did that there. He helped this, he helped that. There is no part of this country that you not mention MKO Abiola doing something good for them. So if he could do that as a single person, You can imagine what he would have done as a leader, as a president of the whole country. This is why he decided that, he knew what he was going to do. He knew that he could do it. And he had the brain, to be able to do it. He had the knowledge, he had the experience and everything. So he decided he was going to do it because of Almighty God. This is what leaders believe. One of the past presidents in America said it, that if you know what to do or what you say to make change for better, and you refuse to do it, you're going to go to the hottest part of hell. And MKO Abiola said one day he's going to meet Almighty God. He knew what to do. If he decided he's not going to do it, then Almighty God is going to ask him, why didn't you do it? Because by you refusing not to do it, so many bad things happened. How can you correct that? So this is why he decided he was going to go.
It is true that the presidential election was generally seen to be free, fair, and peaceful. However, there was in fact a huge array of electoral practices virtually in all the states of the Federation before the actual voting began.
The situation there, it's like Caesar that says itu brute. That was Babangida. Babangida was that Brutus for MKO Abiola. Babangida was a Brutus for MKO Abiola. Babangida was a Brutus for MKO Abiola. I kept saying it because I told him. I said, Babangida will betray you. It got to a point, my husband was saying, like, you don't know Babangida. I've known him for long. You don't know him. I trust him. He swore by the Quran. I know him. I do this. I've known him for so many years. I've done this. I've done that. I trust him. He will never betray me. I said, I know he will betray you. I'm telling you, he's going to betray you. He said, no, it's not going to happen. So when it happened, he said, two Brutus. That is the Brutus. Babangida is the Brutus. He's the number one. They had a lot of people around him that betrayed him. But Babangida was that one that actually stabbed the heart, MKO Abiola's heart.